Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc., the channel all about bringing you as much nerdy content as possible. Today for you, we're back in Dragon Village and we got a brand new dragon. Finally, something actually interesting and I wouldn't say unique, but definitely something new that will actually be good for once, other than the past several we've gotten. But why is that? Let's take a look. As always, if you're new to the channel, please like the video and subscribe. If you like Dragon Village M, this is the channel for you. I always review new dragons. I give out tips and tricks whenever I can, whenever I find new ones, as well as I do egg hatching and summoning videos every single month. I just save up all my stuff and just blow it all at once and see what happens, so you can see my luck and just kind of see how the game operates with usually about 100 summons. So what your kind of percentage is usually how it works out. As well as if you really enjoy what I do, I'll have a link in the description below for my Patreon. You can join that, get access to my Discord server, where you can chat it up, talk to me, and I can respond to you pretty quickly. Unlike if you do comments on YouTube, it might take me a week or so to get back to you. So same day, a week or two. So that's the trade-off. As well as I also have shirts. If you really want to support the channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I'll have a link in the description below for two different color shirts, a black one and a white one, that has the logo across it. Also, I want to thank my Patreons. You guys are awesome. We got Jeremy, of course, Tricky Z, he's a longtime supporter of the channel. Night Raven, also biggest supporter of the channel. As well as we got a new guy. I hope I'm saying this right. Sandring. Thanks for joining the club, man. If you haven't got into the Discord server yet, let me know so I can make sure to get that taken care of. You can message me inside Patreon and I can get back to you there, alright? But yeah, let's get in here and look at this dragon. So it is an attack type. We got 4 elements here, a light and a dark. Usually we don't get both a light and a dark version of a new dragon like this. It's so rare and uncommon to see. So this is pretty cool. For a couple different reasons. The light type, most particularly, I'm pretty excited about, but we'll discuss why. Flavor text here: a dragon from the sand planet of the Shadow World. He received a key in return for helping the wounded Charasan while dreaming about Uticon. With these names, wow. Which he learned from Charasan. Tilky, hope I'm saying that right, finds that his key is glowing one day. Alright. They've always got like all this crazy flavor text, but I feel like it's never like all tied together. It's all just random. I'm gonna write a cool paragraph about something and never have to explain anything. Okay, his key's glowing? Why is his key glowing? Alright, whatever. So yeah, there's the adult form with the crown and the big key. Crown does not ever get any smaller, nor does the key, only the dragon. That's pretty cute there. I know the people that high-level PvP guys that run the baby forms of their dragons, and that's pretty cute there. But this isn't a PvP dragon. Trust me, this is not a PvP dragon. If that's not obvious by the end of this video, there might not be any helping you, honestly. Alright, but let's get in here and let's take a look at these skills. Alright, so our drag skill here is a single target attacker. Golly, when was the last time we had a single target attacker in this game? Jeez. Okay, it's already on a good note. Also, 2 mana cost. Boom, 2 mana cost. Target count 1. Sweet. That's great news. Cooldown 20 seconds. Not a big deal. Increase the damage. But let's see, what does it do? Draws mystic power from behind the gate to inflict damage on enemies. Damage is increased by 2.5 times on bosses. So this is your new clan dungeon dragon. So there's some debate on this though. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the last skill. I also want to point out that it's the same skill for all elements. This last skill is also the same on all of them. Final damage on water type enemies, or increased final damage on water type enemies by 30%. And it's always going to be in the corresponding, whatever they're strong against, that's what they're going to get this bonus on this damage increase. So there was some debate between me and someone else on this. Final damage increased by 30%. So 30% equals 0.3, okay, times, right? So this 2.5 times, that's like an increase of 250%. So their debate was, well, you're just adding 0.3 onto this, so it's 2.8 times on bosses. My argument that was, it's the final damage. So the total damage is increased by another 30%. So you've got this 2.8 times, so you're going to add an additional 30% of 2.5, which for you math people out there is 0.75. So 30% of 2.5 is 0.75, which makes this total here equal 3.25 times on bosses against the correct element, mind you, against the correct element. So you can't just use one of these guys and use it for every element. I mean, you could, if this is the only one you got, and you don't have your Mummygons leveled up, you don't have your Light Spiral leveled up, right? Or your other spirals if you don't have the Mummygons. If you don't have those guys, sure, you could use this guy. That's what makes this one so awesome, is that you can technically use this on any of them. So let's go take a look at those guys right quick. Let's find us 4-star Mummigon, 4-star, not Xmas. There we go. Alright, so his drag seal, right, he doesn't get that bonus to bosses. He gets it to every water enemy, but he gets the 3 times bonus, right? But he can only ever be used. Only ever be used against that specific element. Whereas this other, the new dragon, can only ever be used against bosses. However, you could technically use him against any boss and come out kind of ahead. So that's kind of cool. It's a little bit of a trade-off. Now, me personally, I'm only going to ever use these dragons more than likely in Clan Dungeon. Every once in a while, I'll break out the Mummigon for Tower of Tests, but that's only if I'm up against the boss of the correct element. With this guy, I could technically run this one every single lane of Tower of Tests and get to the boss and use his drag skill on the boss every single time and get that bonus. So that's pretty cool. I believe that they count as bosses. I'm mostly sure that in Tower of Tests, the final dragon in that lane counts as a boss. If I'm wrong, and you know for a fact I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below, because I will definitely clear that up as soon as possible for everybody. But yeah, so with my logic here, the 3.25 times on bosses is going to be better than the 3 times damage that you're going to get from Mummigon or Spiral. Now remember, every time you go up a natural state in a dragon, so Nat 3s, Nat 4s, Nat 5s, limited dragons, and then of course Topaz dragons, but we don't ever really discuss Topaz on this dragon or on this channel, so we'll just look at those 4. But every time you go up the stair step to get a stronger version, their basic substats, your health, attack, defense, those are just naturally a little bit higher number, right? So completely taking skills out of the equation and looking at just raw core stats, every time you go up in a star level, a nat star level, at bare minimum, no runes or anything on any of your dragons, a level 60 6-star of this guy and a level 60 6-star of a spiral dragon, the core stats of this guy will be stronger than a spiral, just because he's a nat 5 compared to the nat 3. Alright? So not only are you doing 3.25 damage on bosses compared to the 3 times damage, but you're a 5-star dragon, so you're all going to be doing more damage also. So that's kind of the point I'm getting at. These guys are the new replacement. All right, they are the new replacement for your Clan Dungeon top lane teams. So you're replacing your spirals and replacing your Mummigons. Okay. Most importantly, replacing Spiral, because we have the light type now. So that's kind of your first goal. If you could get your hands on one of these guys, awesome. Um, if you've been watching the channel for long, you know that I've been chasing down a Dark Mummigon for ages now. Honestly, if I got a Dark Mummigon, I would take that thing all the way up to 610, because a 5-star is also a lot more difficult to get up to a 610. And by 610, I mean enhancement level 6 and mastery level 10. Mastery level 10 on a 5-star is very difficult. It takes time. It's not just something you just burn through real quick, especially on light and dark dragons. So if you get your hands on these guys, they will eventually outperform your Mummigons and Spirals, but it's gonna take time. Don't just, oh, I got this guy, all right, out with the Mummigon, in with this new one. Don't do that. Until you get the masteries enhancements up to max, because I'm sure your Mummigons are gonna be max because they're so easy. 4 stars are nothing. I can get a 610 4-star instantly day one. I mean, I can get them to level 60 6-star day one that they come out. So I mean, you have so much stuff sitting in reserve. It's so easy to do. All right, these guys though, they'll take time, but when they do, they're going to be so much better. All right, but that's enough rambling of that. Let's go look at the next passive here. Attack a random enemy at certain intervals. The attack receives a 60% bonus from attack, and you can increase that damage. Again, target count of 1, cooldown of 10 seconds. All right, not a big deal. Yeah, so, and I believe that's the same. I believe all these skills are the same. Yeah, on across the board here. Top Linkland Dungeon. Pretty much the only time this skill will ever be reliable. And 60% bonus from attack, that's pretty solid. He's a DPS dragon. You're going to build him for probably crit damage, straight crit damage runes, and maybe a crit rate on the 4th slot. Maybe not. You might not even need it, depending on your build. So, yeah. Cool skill. You know, a little extra damage every 10 seconds. I can't go wrong with that. And then this right here is what I was talking about. You may or may not need it depending on your build. Crit rate is increased by 20 plus 10, so 30% crit rate there. And then you're going to have probably a lead dragon skill. Maybe not. Everyone is different. I personally use Clown Dragon. God, if this guy had a lead skill for crit rate, I would have lost my mind. I would have probably lost my mind. That would have been the coolest thing ever. Because I would have loved to replace my Clown Dragon for leadership. But nevertheless, Clown Dragon, 24%, I believe. So that's 54%. All you need is a little bit of crit rate on each of your crit damage runes and the substats. I mean, 5%. That's pretty easy, right? 5% on each. You might get lucky and get 7 or 8 on some of them. But 5%, that's going to be 30%. Across 6 runes all added together, so 30 on top of your 50. That's going to put you at 80, and then you should be using Kathos as your tamer, and that's going to give you another 15 to 20%, so that's 95 to 100% crit rate without even having to put crit rate runes or making your 4th slot a crit rate rune. You can just pink runes across the board and middle slot crit damage, and this guy's going to hit like a truck. So pretty awesome stuff there. But yeah, so crit rate, same, like I said. All these skills are going to be the same. The only thing different is this last one, which changes by type depending on what they're strong against. So that'd be pretty terrible if it was like Earth type gets a 30% bonus to fire types, the thing they're weak against. Ugh, that would be the worst design ever. No one would use it. But yeah, so super excited for this. This right now is in the rate up. As soon as this video is done, I'm jumping over to the next video and getting that recording going for trying to summon this guy, because definitely going to be something I'm going to want to have. It'll be a little bit on the back burner to build it, but whenever I get to that point, I can't wait to start building this guy up. He's going to be so awesome. I hope you guys liked the video. If you want to argue any points with me about like the damage increase or whatnot, please let me know. Put it in the comments, and we'll fight it out. All right, we'll fight it out in the comments. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video though, and if you did, please like it, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.